How's it feel to finally going to be like to take the field here?
Feels good. I think everyone's excited. I think everyone around the country is saying that, but I think more than anything, I think just playing against someone else, but also preparing and getting in that mode. That's just a lot of fun. That's why you play the game. Um, but yeah, it's been a blast. It's been a blast every second. So,
When the world has all the expectations of you, you undoubtedly have your own.
yep.
All right, so what are your own for this one? Where it seems like no number that anybody comes up with by production, by
Yeah.
completion percentage, by touchdowns, by yards, it's all going to be outlandish. So what's your own?
Yeah, I keep it simple, right? And it's like find a way to win. I don't care how we do it, what it takes, but just find a way to get a W and be +1, on the scoreboard. So that'll be the mindset. Of course, there's things you want to be better at within the game to help that you focus on. But I look at that as a huge category in my book of getting the dub. That's all that matters. So
You studied preparing for this game. What stands out about just their defense? What are the challenges that they present?
yeah, I think just they've done a really good job. You know, past year and not only defensively but offensively. So they're a really good team and know how to win. So I think that comes with its challenges, but also just a team that wants to win and come in and prove themselves. I've been at a lower program in UCF, and when you look forward to these kind of games, so I'm very aware that people come in and want to play their heart out for the game. But for me, it's maximizing the opportunity, executing every day, and just focusing play to play. That'll help us.
How do you make sure this program under Landy hasn't overlooked an opponent in these 2 years? How do you ensure that happens? It continues to happen.
Yeah, you can't come out sleepwalking. I think that happens from year to year. People just come out sleepwalking, and if you fall to that, then you dig yourself in a hole. So it's all about starting fast, dominating the middle late, and then finishing strong. So clear vision for that, but got to get it going for sure.
What is about Dan? You think that maybe does a good job of avoiding those issues with the team?
Yeah, not taking anyone lightly. Like I said, you got to go prove it, every week. And, logo isn't going to save you nothing. It's all about what you do on the field. And we know that. But I think just as a program, we're very clear on preparing as best as we can and going out there and executing. It's a combination of those on Saturday.
What's it been like for you to be able to sort of share the benefits of the NIL deals that you've done with your teammates, and obviously the headphones backing up
Yeah.
the minivan and everything else?
Did you like that, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
You like the van?
Classic. Classic.
No, I love it. That's part of it. You got to bring people in on what you do. Like I said, I always say this, but as the person who touches the ball every single play, like you got to have trust and belief and confidence in that person. So any way I can do that, but just my teammates, I love them to death, and if we can do fun things like that, let's do it. So
Yeah, I mean that's part of what you've talked about before with trying to build chemistry with these
For sure.
guys and friendships and everything. How do you feel like that's gone now leading into this first?
it's gone really good. I think with the 8 months that we did have, I think we maximized it and just were around each other a bunch. But I think that in turn with going through practices and scrimmages and workouts, you just build a lot of camaraderie and have a lot of respect for the people that kind of go through the same sweat and blood, sweat, and tears. So I think within the 8 months, we definitely have gotten super close.
What kind of feedback did you get from your teammates about getting those beats?
Oh, they love it. I mean, Beats does it right. You know what I mean? The design, the whole thing, and then a little touch with the van. We're going to try and plug that just because the van's been, I don't know what about it. It's just been killing it. So
Custom van.
for the people who love the van, I guess let's
Your
more van content. Tell Scott that. So
Your teammates say that you like to change the song like every 30 seconds. You get
Who
in the
said
van.
that?
Terrence.
I'm not.
oh gosh,
Pat also
Pat
said
also
it too.
said it.
That's what I also said.
But what's your lineup? Like, what's the first song you go to?
I'm more of a categories guy. So I like to build my music like an offense, like families. Country. We got some EDM sometimes to get people going. Hip hop, R&B. I call it one high school. So that 2014 to 2019 era. Just try to mix it up. I think if that tells you anything, I like to, move from song to song, move from, play to play fast, score a bunch of points, listen to a bunch of songs. You try to get as much as you can in the car ride you have.
What's the excitement level for you getting behind the Harley, running out of the tunnel? Like, has that started to hit you that it's game week? You're going to be doing that at Autzen Stadium?
Yeah, I mean, I did it in the spring game, and I think that was just a little taste, honestly. But it's just a lot more real. Something about, as athletes, when this week, your body's just all of a sudden feeling good and ready to go, and you just kind of got an extra pep in your step. But I think, when you run out there, gosh, this ball is fun. It's why you put all the work in, so you can just go play free and have fun. And I think what better way to do it than here in Autzen and with all my boys that, we've been grinding together. So we'll put on a show for James, and we'll make sure that we let this thing rip. But no, I think I feel really good about it. I do. And I think just as we execute and keep that the focus, through the ups and downs, just having a clear level focus and trying to create completions, trying to score a bunch of points.
Coach Stein said after the second scrimmage that he wanted the quarterbacks just to get better at taking the easy money. Do you feel like that's been a big focus for the quarterbacks, like leading up into game week? And where do you feel like you guys are at with that now?
Yeah, I think that's a part of it. I think we learned that within scheme, and we definitely were heavy on the front end of install and continue to put in as much as we can that we felt was right. But when it comes to creating completions, you got to take the easy money, whether it's setting it up or just going through your progressions and getting to where you need to. And I think we've been really good at that. Of course, as quarterbacks, I think in our room, we're aggressive. We throw it aggressive and want to play that way. So it's just a balance, right, of being smart aggressive and when to push it down the field, when to take the easy money.
When you're looking at their defense, I know the top corner comes from Weber State, but how much of his film in particular, just because as good as he is on special teams, he also is really good on D. I think he's got like 5 or 6 career interceptions as well. Yeah,
I think he's just played really well. And I think even, one of their safeties just on the back end, I think they've played a lot of ball and have had production. And I think that just creates confidence, within their scheme, but within themselves as a player. But definitely, I think as we get into it, it's maximizing the matchups and taking care of the football, so that, that doesn't happen.
When so much of spring and the offseason, we're talking about snaps and Poncho, just what it's been like to build up that chemistry that same way with Charlie here these last couple of weeks to be ready for either case on Saturday. Yeah,
I think we've done a good job of getting everyone snaps. And I think that's important, in having, guys be able to, go under center and feel comfortable. But I think everyone's been really good. I get snaps with Marcus Harper. I get snaps with, everyone. Maybe even a little bit of Lombardi, but it's just part of it. It's CQ exchange, and as many people as you can get it with and get comfortable with, then you can learn each other on whether it's under center or how they snap it. But they've done a good job of it.
How do you handle outside expectations? You're viewed as the Heisman favorite or one of. What do you do to stay away from falling into thinking that's just going to happen? Yeah,
I've been not even within talks. I've been at the top of the talks or everything in between. And I just realized that none of it matters, and I think just like people, it's like, what have you done for me lately? What kind of person have you been to me lately? And that's kind of what I pride myself on. You're only as good as your last, game or practice or performance. So that's what I'm focused on. The rest will take care of itself. And like I said, I'm so, obsessed with just winning. Like that's the main focus and goal, and the rest will take care of itself. So
you guys have made it clear that you're excited to take the field this weekend, obviously, but more, specifically from a X's and O's personnel perspective. Are you guys excited to kind of try things out and see what sticks against Idaho?
Yeah, I think it all comes to game planning. I think you're able to everyone's finding balance in things that you've worked on throughout camp, things that you game plan, and everything in between, finding a mixture and balance. But yeah, I think we'll go out there and play ball, and we'll definitely put on a show. That's why we play ball, is to go score a bunch of points and win games. So.